guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 30 of the World Tour here at Shanghai Shenxin and China. And today we have a difficult episode actually, because we have Shanghai SIPG, our big rivals who we've never actually beaten in a competitive game, and they're currently 14th in the league and struggling. And then we have a massive Champions League game against Muangthong, I think that's how you pronounce it, of Thailand. They are the whipping boys of the group so far, but we are going away from home, and it's never easy to do that in Asian competition. Now, since last episode, we've had the two games, and it's just a week has passed. We had Changchun first up, and then what we did with this one is we had to rotate. Where we struggle, and we've got a lot of these games coming up, I'll go back to that screen in just a second, coming up in this next month of April, is when we have multiple games, when we had midweek games, because we can't play the same team all the time, and we do struggle a little bit for depth in key areas, particularly midfield, I find. So we had to rotate in this one, and you can see that we couldn't score. We played pretty well. We had more of the ball, we had more shots on target, but we just couldn't score. That's just what it came down to. We played with wingers. I sort of switched that at the end, brought Humam and Vinicius on to try and rescue it, went back to two up top with no wingers. But we just couldn't score. Then we played Guangzhou R and F, and this game was much better. It was a solid, strong performance. We played, again, more of the stronger team, with half an eye on the Shanghai SIPG game coming up. But you can see here, we didn't have as much of the ball, but again, it's more or less 50-50. But much more shots, and you can see from player ratings, we played much better. Li Sheng picked up a double, and Yaquin with the third as well. And he's our striker that's scoring right now, not necessarily Vinicius. So Vinicius did pick himself up 2 assists in this game, so that is definitely something of note. So let's have a look at how the league tables look ahead of this game. And you can see we did drop those silly points against Changchun, but we're still there. We've got game in hand on top of the table, 3 points back. So we could potentially go joint top, although some teams above us here do have games in hand as well. And you can see in the Champions League group, halfway through now, Muangthong have lost all their games. We're sitting joint second with Gamba Osaka. It's a big game, this one. We really need to keep up our record here and make sure we get a win against Muangthong, because we can't rely on Gamba Osaka dropping points against Hyundai Motors, although there's a decent chance they will do that because John Book have won all their 3 games so far. And you can see who we got in the Chinese FA Cup 4th round. We're not going to be paying much attention to that, to be honest. We'll put out a best team we can of players that aren't playing sort of in our first choice team, but if I get knocked out in the first round of that, I'll be honest, I don't really care this year. It's all about the league and the Champions League. So let's have a look at... one thing I did want to quickly update you on is our coaching profile here, because we did get our next coaching badge. We're done. Continental Pro license, we're as high as we can go. And you can see it did actually impact. Motivation and man management has gone up, along with some other stats here. Adaptability and level of discipline, still, apparently you just walk all over me. But in the actual coaching side of things, attacking coaching has gone up to 16, defensive 13. They're giving out a defensive record with this team. I think that's a bit harsh on me, to be honest. You can see fitness, that's not surprising. Not a goalkeeping coach. Tactically, technically, and mentally, though, things are going okay. In working with youngsters, again, we have a young team. We're overachieving. I don't really understand how the game gets to those sort of levels, but that's where they're at, and that's what our coaching badge looks like. And you'll see we're just under 3-star reputation right now, so we're building on that as well. But let's have a look at the team that we're sending out for the derby against Shanghai SIPG. Now, given they're in 14th, this is probably our best chance we'll ever have to beat them. That said, I am just being a little bit safe here in our formation, going 3 at the back and dropping Human back in. So it's Jinan in goal, it's Quijan, it's Ruse, and it's Rabao as a back 3. Federico goes down the right, Chen Min down the left, Feng, Yi, and Humam in midfield, with Yuquin and Jin Zhang up top. We're just saving Vinicius for the Champions League. Alright, so we can see the way they're lining up here. They've gone with their old 3 again. They are getting on a little bit. I think Oscar's 33 now, Bruma's 30, Joisi's still young, he's still in the prime of his career. So, yeah, difficult to know what to do here. I kind of want to continue. They had a bad start, which makes it difficult to know exactly what we should say here. I think maybe just the pressure's off. No one expects us to get a win. Go out there, boys. Relax. Do your thing. And hopefully, we will continue to pile on their misery and just kind of see what happens. It's difficult to say. We have had no luck against them at all, have we really? We've had 91st minute equalisers and all sorts of things that have gone wrong for us against them. But I mean, that's not great. He's tracked him back well there. Good clearance, we'll give him that. But a little bit too easy for Brewer, that wasn't he? Just kind of walked straight through us. I'm not sure why it is that they've had such a poor start. I did have a quick look at their team, but they didn't really have any injuries that I could see. So I don't really understand why it is. I mean, it's not the best start, is it? Why it is that they... Oh, having a... It's offside ref or a foul or something. Let's see what comes of this. It's going to drop us to 5th. Look at this. I'm not happy. There, Chris Coleman's the opposition manager. He's going ballistic. Looks a bit different to how I remember him as well. They're all coming back. Looks like they're expecting kickoff, which isn't great. And what have we given here? It is a goal. Not quite sure what the problem was. It doesn't look like there's anything going on there. Maybe was it a push on Federico? Is that perhaps offside? I've maybe clicked off a little bit too soon there. I just hit no pressure, didn't I? It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. They're calmed, though, so maybe that's a good thing. He goes Chan Min. Can we get back on level terms here? Nice and early on. We do have... I was kind of hoping to be solid defensively, if I'm honest, which is why we have the 3 centre-backs. But that plan's gone out the window pretty early here. Here's Humam. It's a tackle that's fallen our way. Yiquin! What a goal from Yiquin! I haven't seen him done that before. He does score from inside the penalty area, usually. A lot of headers for him, but that was... A little bit of luck. We got sort of the tackle through ball, didn't we? Just here somewhere. The tackle on Humam sort of worked out as a through ball for us. Let's demand more. That one right there. And Yiquin just takes a touch. And look at that. That is unsavable. What a goal from Yiquin. I wasn't completely sure that he had that in his locker, but that's what he's been doing. He's been constantly scoring for us these opening weeks of the season, and that's what we need from him. Especially while Vinicius just takes a little bit of time to settle in. Alright, can we go again here, boys? We just need to be solid at the back. I'd almost take a draw, to be honest. It's a good play from Jens in there. Just backing off Federico. What can he do? Back for Yi. For Tariq. Yeah, Quinn. Yeah, oh, Jens in off the corner of the bar and the post. What a goal it would have been again. You can see match ratings here aren't fantastic. Now, we need to concentrate from this, please. Boys, what are we doing from set pieces? We've been working on them in training. I don't understand. We'll show some passion again. But what is going on with our set piece defending? Last episode, when I showed you sort of how I tend to tweak training, you saw me do it. Defend set piece or corners. It was not so maybe the first one, but the principle's the same really. From a corner, from a free kick from that side of an angle, you're basically defending a corner. We've not played well, have we? Federico's had an absolute shocker. The fact we're still in the game is perhaps the best thing we can say about it. Show me something else second half. We'll just tell Humam not to get himself sent off. We'll get back out there. And... yeah, we just need to defend better, don't we? I mean, there's a difference between no pressure and not concentrating. But look at this. We've been absolutely comprehensively outplayed. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to go attacking, and then sort of the next port of calls, we'll get rid of one of these centre-backs, put on Wheezy in midfield to sort of try and win the ball back higher up the field for us, and then we'll go from there at increasing levels of desperation. Alright, so that's not working. So we have come back into it second half though, so that is a good thing. We are now going to take off a centre-back. Who do we take off? Rabao is not playing well and he's anxious, so he goes. Humam gets pushed forward. Wheezy comes in here to be a ball-winning midfielder for us. And... oh, you know what we need to do there? I need to... Can I go... I can't go back, can I? Have faith in him to make the difference, and as soon as this is made, we need to get back in there and fix up our centre-backs, because I didn't shift them over. Alright, so Yuri Ruse, and we'll play him just as defend. There's only two of them. I don't really want someone on the cover. I just sort of want them both working as one. Do we want to change anything here? Let's maybe go a little bit more direct passing. Let's maybe hit early crosses in as well. We're looking motivated, which is good. What we're not doing is necessarily looking like we're creating much. Bruma's just running past us again. Cross comes in. Drewisi, we've got away with one there. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's not lose to these bastards again. Alright, Shenzhen isn't playing well. We have this young guy on the bench who has done well when he's come on. He came through the academy. I can't remember if it was the last youth intake or the intake before that. And you can see he's a decent prospect. So we're playing him as the advanced forward. Federico is not having a good game either, is he? But he's a really good player, so I kind of have to have faith that he'll produce a moment for us here. Let's get creative. Let's go very attacking, and we're going to go down till we get another defeat to Shanghai SIPG. This is it, unless we can get a ball into the box. It doesn't look like we can, and it's happened again. Wheezy gets his booking. Good on you, Wheezy. We just cannot... We can't beat them. We just can't beat them. The poor fans, they just want a little bit of bragging rights, and we can't give it to them. We're better in the second half, but overall, we won't be aggressive. We'll just be assertive. I'm not pleased with that, boys. And with Shandong winning, that just means it's a 5-point gap to the top of the table, but it's still there. It's only 3 points to second and third, so we're still very much there. And SIPG now, they rise up the table with only their second win of the year, which isn't ideal. Any news from that? We didn't have any injuries or anything, did we? So that should all be fine. We finally lose. Our unbeaten run of 5 games comes to an end. Guys, wait right there. We have a massive game in the Champions League coming up. Yeah, we need to win that one, don't we? What up? Where the hell am I? Where the hell? Lord Yang.
Mr. Villain, I thought we had an understanding that we win.
We do win.
Unless I'm mistaken, that wasn't a win.
But they're a very
Silence!
good
These walls are thick. If someone was to get trapped down here, no one would hear the screams. Take a look around.
No, I'd rather not.
Oh, and good luck in Thailand.
Thank you, sir. I'm just gonna go. Okay, welcome back. It is now a massive game in the Champions League. We need to forget that. We've lost the derby. It's done. And this is a must-win game. You can see they haven't won a game yet. We know this situation. And Junbuk are playing Gamba. We need Junbuk, I think, to go on now and just top the group. Clean up everybody, even if they beat us again. We'll take that as long as it's between us and Gamba. But we must win this game first. This is the team we're sending out. There are a few changes due to tied legs and, of course, squad restrictions. So Zane Penn comes back in because he is our best registered goalkeeper. Yuri Ruz and Rabao continue in defence. Li Feng in front of them with Cuevas, of course, our Champions League right back, and Chen Min down the wings. Yi and Li Sheng comes back in. We missed him, I think, last game. Erpegen comes in for the start against Humam. Humam is tied after the last game. Yi Quinn's good to go again, and he partners Vinicius up top. Alright, so we can see the way they're lining up. They're looking very defensive in midfield there, aren't they? Luckily for us, we are strong down the wings, and so we're going to be looking to exploit that. What do we say here? Just go out there and relax, I think. That's all we can say to them. Just relax, play your natural game. We should win this, but that doesn't mean we will, does it? And here we go. It's pretty much almost must win now all the way through, isn't it? Because if we win this, a lot of it depends on the Gamba or Saka game. Because if we win this and Gamba lose, then we'll be 3 points up. We get a bit of a free hit against John Book, and then hopefully a decent ball in for Vinicius. Almost a dream start. Yeah, if we win this and Gamba lose, then we're 3 points up. We get a bit of a free hit against John Book, where if we were to win that or get a draw, and that becomes then massive points. But we need to win this game. Now we know Junbuk came here and only won 1-0. Gamba were 2-0 down, got back to 3-2. So it's not the easiest place to come. Hopefully we'll get the job done. We have Humam on the bench if we need him. Hopefully he won't be needed. Vinicius! He's got it that time! He had a warm-up, and Vinicius this time has planted that header in the back of the net. Not even 5 minutes gone, and that is what we needed, isn't it? A good goal from Vinicius as well. Chen Min linking up with him. I thought at the start of this season that could be a big partnership for us. Chen Min has got forward again, as he does so well. Knocked in, more of a chipped in. He floated in across, and Vinicius, he's going to beat most people in the air. He is an absolute beast of a striker. That is what we wanted to see. Let's demand more of that, please, boys. It's focused some people, not everybody, though. We can see we're dominating this game. A second goal would be wonderful. Let's get the mouse out of the way there. Li Shen back for Chen Min. He goes again. Vinicius backing away. Oh, it's off the post. Horrible goalkeeping. Almost a second for Vinicius there. Now, are we going to get a highlight from the corner? It looks like we are. Comes in again. Back post. Quinn! Oh, it's a free header. Difficult angle, but a free header nonetheless. What do we say here? Let's wait and see what happens from this highlight. Can we get to that, please? We can. Good header forward too, isn't it? We do have Zhen Hong is back from injury, of course, the midfielder that we signed last season. So deflected. Is that? If we'd be harsh to call that a back pass, wouldn't it? I'll catch myself in that complaint to the referee mid-sentence. Goalkeeper goes long early, but again, it's easy enough for us to pick up. Cuevas. The problem with Cuevas is he's going to be a little bit match rusty at this point because we can't really play him in the reserves either. Not the best attempt of cross of Chen Min there. And are we going to find ourselves on the counter-attack? We are, Rebel gets back. Oh, it's a friggin' good strike, but that's not what we needed. We'll give it a show some passion. I mean, are we unlucky? The high line maybe catches us out just a little bit. We were getting back, and that is not the best goalkeeping, to be honest, is it? You do wonder if... what's his name? Wei Nan or whatever his name is, the first choice guy would have got his hand to that. Chen Min from the corner. Vinicius! Vinicius looks like he's up for this one, doesn't he? He's playing much, much better. We'll give it a get creative here when we can. Let's see what happens from this highlight. We are essentially dominating the game. Cuevas gets forward again, a blocked cross, but we'll retrieve it this time and go again. We've just been caught out on the counter-attack once. There's a good ball for Chen Min. Can he lay one across? He can. It's a tap-in. It's an own goal, I think, if anything. But it's a goal nonetheless, and that is all that matters to us. It was one of those own goals that if the defender hadn't turned it in, Quinn was standing right behind him, and he was definitely going to do that, wasn't he? He was like a pantomime villain, Quinn there. Just waiting. He's behind you. He would have cut that in. Even if not, we had Cuevas on the back stick as well, and I'm sure he would have more than happy to blast that thing home. So we're back in front. Let's just, if you don't know what to say, don't say anything at all. Let's see what we can do from this corner. It comes in, back stick, headed away. Erpejan! Who needs a man? We have Erpejan. There we go. What a goal. 3-1. Now that gives us a nice little gap. We'll praise them for that. And I keep meaning to check the rules to see if goal difference is a deciding factor. I'm like 99% sure. Maybe not, excuse me, maybe not that high, but let's go 70% sure that it's results between teams is the first tiebreaker. But if we were to get this Ott, he's at it again. Decent save that time. That if we were to draw Gamba or Saka again, then it would come down to goal difference at that point, I would imagine. Well, it might be wins and then goal difference, but it's gonna work out roughly the same at this point, isn't it? Because it's not like it's sort of. I think where you can get is if a team has drawn 3 games to get their 3 points, and a team has won a game to get 3 points, and that's sort of where that would come in. But the way this group's shaping up, that's not going to be an issue. Vinicius, he's just ploughing through Thai players there. Chen Min cuts in. Chen Min! Oh, Chen Min on the right foot as well. That is an absolute belter. Goals that come off the crossbar always look better, don't they? And that was one of the best. Let's have another look at this. Vinicius just ploughing through men, and not even there. Good vision to find Chen Min. He returns the favour, and look at that from Chen Min. That is a good strike. So, maybe a better goalkeeper might have got it. It only needed a fingertip, didn't it, to flick it over the bar, but that's alright. No fingertip was reached. So there we go. That is looking good. The other game now, we want John Book to be winning. I just trying to scan down here and see it. I'm skipping over it, aren't I? Sydney FC, go boys. Melbourne, Shanghai is winning. John Book, 2-0 up. That's what we want. This could give us a 3-point gap. You probably all saw that way before I did. Let's go. I'm very happy with that performance, boys. We've played well. I don't see any reason to worry too much about complacency. Although that said, they'll probably come steaming back now, won't they? I do like when we're playing this well just to say, well done, boys. Well done. We've got a good, solid lead. We're playing well. Let's give them some praise. And let's kick on in this second half. Now, we could begin to look at resting players here. Chan Min with the corner. Knocks it in. Quinn! Oh, just past the post. One thing I would like to do is give Zhen Hong here a little bit of game time, just because his match fitness is down, coming back from an injury. Another cross in, headed away that time. Li Shan! Oh, sorry, in my excitement I've got a little tickle in my throat now. The other thing we might look to do, actually, if we can rest... Do we rest Chan Min and Li Shan? I think that's who we want to rest. We'll put him in as a central midfielder on support. I think I like that. The other one we could potentially look to rest is maybe Yu Quinn at this point. Vinicius didn't play last game, so he should be relatively fresh. See what happens from this highlight here. We have Tan Jin coming up next, the good one, not Yili. So this is, and I think I mentioned it before, this is where we fall down, is when we have midweek games, because we do struggle a little bit for decent squad depth. Oh, Peng almost going one better than his position mate there in Chan Min there. Yeah, because we just don't have as good a depth as I would perhaps like. Let's give the youngster a go. Is he a pressing forward? Not really. He can do a job there, though, I think. I think he can do a job for us, so let's leave him there. Here's Peng for Ep.30. It's good that we have been able to rest Humam in this game as well. Obviously, Federico can come back in. Cuevas has done really well there. It's over the bar, was it? It was an own goal. Almost an own goal, I should say. It would have been an own goal. So it's good. Yeah, Federico is rested. We've rested Humam. We've managed to get the win, which is just amazing. We shouldn't say that quite yet, but we're going to get the win. Ball in, it scrambles, pinballs, and the kid's got a goal. Hey, Qiao Yan. There we go. That is 5. This is definitely going to help the goal difference as well, isn't it? And like I say, the other teams have struggled when they've come here. We've done a good job, haven't we? We've really put on a performance here. More praise, of course. I think it's required at this point. We're playing well. It's been a really good performance, hasn't it? If you are enjoying this, please do hit thumbs up as well, and subscribe if you're new. Minute to go. Can we get a 6th? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it's always nice to score, isn't it? Here goes Peng again. We've destroyed them down the wings, haven't we, really? Peng's showboating there. That's showboating, I think, at this level. Just let them have the ball. Another ball across for Cuevas. So much space for him to drive into. He gets the cross in. It's cleared away again. Still 30 seconds to go. Still time for a goal. Yuri Ruse, that's a good ball up for Peng. Peng cuts inside. It's bouncing around. The kid's got it again. Peng, can he find a way through? It's looking more and more like an end-of-game highlight now, isn't it? Zhen Hong for Peng. Inside's a nice ball for Ep.30. Look at the space in here for this guy. Yeah, can we go one more? Oh, one more. I think it's the end of game highlight at this point. We'll just admit that we're not going to score again. That's a good ball out for Quay. If that had come 20 seconds earlier, we might have got a 6. But that is a stunning performance. That is a fantastic way to rebound from the disappointment of the derby. And a passionate well done is required. And John Book, they did end up absolutely destroying Gamba Osaka in the end. So that goal difference swing is very positive for us, isn't it? A little bit of extra cash in the bank. Let's go and have a look at this league table now. That's a nice little gap. Look at that. So if goal difference is a thing, I'm going to check that right now so you can sort of see with me here what the situation is. We want to go to, not stages, we want to go to rules. And let's have a look at group stage, all groups, league sorting rules, results between teams, and then goal difference. So as long as we don't lose to Gamba Osaka, then let's assume that Junbok is going to beat us, and let's assume that Gamba is going to beat Muangthong. We'll both come into the last game on 7 points. They need to beat us because we will then hold. Will be equal, like 2 draws, and then we well and truly hold the goal difference, unless we get absolutely smashed by Junbok and Gamba absolutely smashes Muangthong. So it's don't lose and go through at this point. It looks like, and if we were to get anything against John Book, which will be a bonus if we're honest, but if we get anything from them, then will almost be certain. We will be through, because if we're 3 points ahead of them coming into the last game, them being Gamba, we will be through. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back tomorrow for the aforementioned John Book game, where we could potentially secure our path into the knockout stages, and then Beijing as well. They're serial contenders for the league title, aren't they? And if we are to win the league title this year, that is going to be a very, very important game for us. Like I said, guys, if you have enjoyed this, please do hit thumbs up. If you're new, welcome. Please do subscribe and ring the bell so you see when I upload new episodes. But until tomorrow, I've been Aussie Bill. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.